recently, but definitely people just preparing for spring ball. Which positions? Who are the real dogs, man? The Levy dogs. We got a lot of freshmen, or few freshmen coming in. I'm gonna get into that as well. Who may even earn a starting role in the Bama offense, in the Bama defense. Right, right. Guys like Sedarian Morgan, you know, Xavier Crowell, just to name two. But Bama has a lot of good young talent. The question is, how quickly and swiftly can they develop them, have them prepared to play good football, right? Not only be prepared to play ball, but very good ball, contributing at a high level. And I don't care if you freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, boom, whatever, homie. If you're ready to compete, right, you're ready to compete. And that's the bottom line. So how fast can Bama, how fast can K Dog and his staff get them boys ready to play? You know, we saw in the Saban years, year to year, back to back. No matter how many players they lost, right? Boom, they had other players coming in, filling in. Some just as good, some better, depending on the position. You hear me, dog? Heavy, no cap. That's why you saw those tremendous defenses from Bama, the 2011s, 2016s, you know, heavy. They had the high towers, had the Upshaws, huh? Had the Jacksons, homie, heavy. Had the Barons, you know, had the Collins, man, the Allens. The list goes on, bro. But Saban kept stacking it. But it wasn't just about talent. No, you can have all the talent in the world. If you don't have the right coaches to mold and develop them and put them in the best position to win, it doesn't really matter. You can have all the talent, but have chaos as well. And not just coaching, right? Boom, chemistry, man. Chemistry is very important. Chemistry plays a major role in having a winning team, a playoff championship, not national championship caliber team, right? Right. But the chemistry is there as well for Bama this year, especially in the secondary. Well, really defense overall, but the chemistry is there. And that's a pretty good spot for it to be in. Secondary will be very important for Bama this year. Heavy, man, early. I'm sure they learned a lot from the games they lost, games they won, especially when they played Indiana. You got Brown, Dejon Lee, McDonald. You know, safety room is very veteran savvy, right? A lot of experience back there around yonder, huh? Shout out Bray Hubbard. Shout out Keon Sabb. They could have both entered the draft, but they came back to handle more of that Bama business. I repeat, more of that Bama business, right? And at the end of the day, returning helps both of them. They probably both would have been maybe second round, third round picks. Now they come back, perform, ball out, even lead Bama to a championship. Then their draft stocks raises even higher. You know, I'm sure that's why they came back as well. Boom, they can raise their draft stock, potentially be a first round pick in the draft next year compared to a second round, you know, high third round, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's just what it is, bro. That is the state of Bama right now. But there's certain ways K Dog can do things to make the process easier and go smoother for him. That's why I told him, bro, boom, get on that line. If he ain't got on that line right, get on that line with Saban. Like, hey, Saban, teach me this, man. Teach me that. What are some tricks of the game? You know, it's the same game, different rules, though, different laws now, but it's the same old game. Who can bring in the best players? Who can mold and develop the best players? Just in this era, it's no longer just recruiting. Now you got paid for play. Now you got the transfer portal. So you have to attack more areas, right? And you don't gotta just lead with your money or with the bag. You know, I'm gonna continue saying, there's still players out there who can't be bought. Good players, real good players, man. No cap. You got dudes coming and signing to Bama who really followed and continue to follow their heart. It's been their dream school to play for. Whether it was because Saban was the coach, the legacy, whatever, it was their dream school to play for. And they didn't let money, temptation, materials have them make the choice to go elsewhere. They stuck to their guns, stuck to their heart and spirit. And you watch the domino effect. Don't be surprised, don't be shocked. If Bama, hey, now I know you got to prove it on the field depending on coaching and development, but don't be surprised and shocked if Bama somehow, some way, man, wins multiple natties in this era. You know, they stay on the trajectory they're on. Oh yeah, we're talking about semi dynasty legacy all over again. Of course, it will look different, but K Dog can build his own legacy, so to say. Hmm? Definitely, bro. But obviously, players love him. Obviously, players respect him, and that's the first part right there. Some may say that's the toughest part, right? Right. Getting these young dudes, young men to believe in you, believe in your every word, wanting to play for you, put it on the line for you, leave it on the field every time, week in, week out, man, every Saturday, roll tide. The A means something, right? The standard means something. What you say to them, K Dog, means something. You hear me? Heavy. And the success that Bama is having in the portal and recruiting proves just that. So K Dog, he can get he can rally behind the troops or get the troops to rally behind him and the team as one. That's very important. First step as a coach, especially a head coach. Now he has to make sure that's the case. He has to make sure that's the case for all his individual coaches as well, bro. Your coordinators as well. Can they reach the players like he can? It's more than just about talent, dog. Every time you take a look at the Bama teams of old, the defenses, right? The offenses, boom, bro. They had chemistry. Most importantly, they played violent, they played physical, they played aggressive, and they were strong. They had pure strength, man. They had a great strength and conditioning coach to go along with the strength and conditioning program, right? Boom. Prayers to Cochran. He beat that battle he had. If you know, you know, roll tide. But he was a great strength and conditioning coach. So it wasn't just your head coach, Saban, bro, who could reach the players and teach the players and give the players confidence and belief, but his whole staff, right? The wave of staff he came in with, they all came in like tidal waves, bro, and ran through that bitch, huh? Heavy. Turned the whole program around in about 2 years. Yeah, I would say 2 years. You got the bad '08 season going into '08, then boom, the transition really happened. And from then on, it's been adaptation after adaptation. You hear me? Heavy, dog. So the question will be, how will DeBoer K Dog continue to adapt? So far, he done a pretty good damn job, especially when you think about what he's up against. Really though, bro, for real, really though, up against in the SEC as well, homie. Yeah, Alabama still has the highest number of players being poached by other schools. Who knows what's going on with tampering? Then LSU under investigation now. So what the hell is really going on with this tampering situation, homie? Period. No cap. So Kalen DeBoer has a long list of battles that he has to fight, but ultimately, right, win the war. You hear me, dog? Heavy, no cap. So think about it full spectrum in all areas when you think about it, when you really break it down. And if you want to make an abrupt judgment, really observe all the factors and what's really going on in the business. But shout out respect to DeBoer, especially him and his scouting staff. When I say do your job, do it well, play your role, everyone plays their role and plays it well. Well, that's exactly what I mean. Scouting. If you're a scout, scout. Get the best players, homie. Boom. It should be no excuses. That's all you got to do all day. Sit there, boom, observe talent, take trips, go to combines, all of the above, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You should be able to identify talent, real talent. It should be so per. 1 second, man. Throw these on, boy. It should be so damn purr. You hear me? Heavy, dog. But shout out to the scouting room for Bama at Bama. Shout out to DeBoer as well. And he's going in, flying in with confidence, right? Boom, coming in on a helicopter, making a grand entrance, you know, showing confidence and belief in himself early, man, early. So players, it's a lot of players, man, that rock and roll with DeBoer, really want to lock in with Bama and faux Bama. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough, especially in this college football era, to even stay relevant in recruiting, homie. Early. Yeah, to even stay top five, bro, in recruiting, man. Heavy. Then the way Saban left, for DeBoer to be able to bounce right back, damn near, so to say, as far as recruiting goes, bringing players in, man. Bringing players in, man. Heavy. Every time. Every time. Now, he hasn't been perfect at all, but his recruiting has been spot on so far. Now, we got to wait for the whole process to pan out as far as, you know, development of players, success rate, of players, right? How many freshman players you have ready to play, how many sophomore players you got ready to rock. Know what I mean? Juniors going out, juniors leaving, seniors leaving, who you got coming in. That was the Saban way, right? He always had a wave of extremely talented players coming in. It all started with Julio Jones. And from there, it was like a constant eruption, man. Constant eruption. You hear me? Explosion of great teams. You know, period, bottom line, no cap, always competitive, always a certain demeanor. Even in the, you know, seasons they didn't win the natty or took some losses, it was always a certain demeanor, man. They played with the physicality, right? Aggression, aggression. But the damn near perfect teams, boy, they took it to a different level. Huh? Yeah. Know what I mean? Heavy. 2011 defense, 2009 defense and offense, they took it to an extreme level, homie. Yeah. And they did it, boom, just like that, quickly and swiftly, huh? Yeah. You know, caught the college football world by storm, really. That's what it's about, man. That's what it is. So how can K Dog adapt and perform? Hmm. Oh yeah. What legacy will he leave behind? Right, right. Hmm. Then to some of the comments, man, who we got in the building? Oh yeah, Roll Tide. My boy Tech in the building. My boy Tech in the building. What up, dog? EJ, I think I need to recruit you to the gym. Did you even lift, bro? JK, you jacked. My boy Tech in the building, man. Wow, man. That boy Tech funny, man. You hear me? Heavy, bro. That boy Tech funny as hell, man. Heavy, man. Shut up. In the building, huh? Yeah. One more game, bitch. Yeah, I get you on the program, dog. I get you on the program, turn you to a machine. You hear me? Heavy, bro. Roll Tide. T-Bass in the building. T-Bass in the building. What up, big dog? What up, my Levy dog? I didn't know you were a big Bama fan. Oh yeah, T-Bass, where you been at, homie? Where you been at, homie? Roll Tide, full of pride. Roll Tide, full of pride. You know what it is, man. He say he ain't know. He say he ain't know. It's all good, T-Bass. Guess what? Now you know for sure. Huh? Let's get it, man. Heavy. Shout out T-Bass in the building, dog. Yeah. You hear me? Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide full of pride. NIL and transfer portal has really changed the landscape of college sports. Big change, man. A big change, T-Bass, you know. Like I've been saying damn near every live for the past 2 weeks, man. It's a different time in college sports now, especially football, bro. That's why I try to reiterate, get people to understand, just the battle Kalen DeBoer is really against as far as building the team right, keeping players committed, being able to build a real depth chart instead of every year, every season. You got to bring new guys in. You got to change things around, right? Make them fit your scheme, understand your scheme. So it's one big unnecessary process, man. So it must be revamped. These players, I think, should be under a 2-year contract without a doubt. They must commit to a school for 2 years. Then after a year, boom, roll out. All good. But this whole play 1 year, leave, the whole Isaiah Horton situation, he comes to Bama, performs well, then he's able to boom, leave for whatever reason. It's super hard for the head coaches now, man. Yeah. So I don't care what they saying out there, T-Bass. Recruiting, I repeat, recruiting is still very important. I don't know if you got a college team or not, but recruiting is very important, baby. Yeah. Just like the Saban era. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep reiterating the Saban era because it was a dominant era, heavy, man, early. Know what I mean? Heavy. But the Saban era, bro, recruiting, Saban dominated recruiting, especially in the early stages. So even with the transfer portal, NIL, if you dominate recruiting, you can build your team up. Build your team up, homie, for real. Heavy. Yeah, you'll probably lose some players. Huh? That's why you need to find and identify players with substance, man. Substance, right? And talent. Boom. I repeat, find players with substance and talent, man. Yeah. Roll Tide. And that's what Saban, I mean, that's what DeBoer is doing. Shout out K Dog for doing that. That was the biggest question, one of the biggest questions about K Dog coming in. His recruiting ain't that good. He can only hit out west. He can only hit up north, Midwest, boom. But he taking over the whole South, damn near. I'm talking about in-state, Mississippi, Tennessee, everywhere, man, Georgia. You got dudes from Georgia committing to Bama. You hear me? Heavy. Now we know up until February, some of these dudes, more guys can commit or decommit. But I don't see a lot of players decommitting from Bama, man. I feel like the players who in the building who really locked in are really locked in with Bama. You know? So it's time to build that real brotherhood. And you got legendary players on the team already. You got Kirkpatrick, if he can keep his mind right, stay out of trouble, stay out the way, focus on football, homie, and become a monster, just like his daddy was, right? Oh yeah, Kirkpatrick was a straight monster, man. His name ring bells, right? Yeah, Dre Kirkpatrick, long, lanky, bruh, fast, powerful, athletic. You hear me, dog? He could press you, hit you in the chest. He could play zone as well, but he was a real dog. And his son is a real dog as well, homie. He got to prove it. But we saw flashes of him last season. You hear me? Heavy, heavy, no cap. Kirkpatrick, one thing I like about him and one thing he has already, that boy physical, bro. That boy will hit you in the damn mouth. That boy will smack you in your shit early, homie. No hesitation, right? You know? Who was we playing last year when they threw him out the game? It really was a clean hit, though. But that shows you his aggression, bro. Right? His physicality that he plays with. All he got to do is keep his mind right, keep the right people around him. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for that boy. Yeah, man. Real pure talent. His dad was real pure talent. Know what I mean? Heavy. So it's about staying out of trouble, hitting the books, hitting the weight room program. But the weight room program got to be on point. Is it just me or the players didn't seem as strong these past couple years, man? Yeah, these past couple years, no, it wasn't the same aggression, same power, dog, same strength, you know? So we need to get back to that dirty program. And I don't mean dirty as cheating. you know, playing the game, playing dirty in the system. No, I mean, get back down to the nitty gritty in that weight room, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Focus on what matters, the foundation. Try and get all pretty, bro. Take it back about 10 years ago and let the dogs out around that bitch. Hmm? Come on, man. It ain't been that long since the Saban era, homie. For real, if you really think about it right and break it down, boom. It ain't really been that long since Saban reigned and since Bama reigned. Hmm? Yeah. Come on now, man. Stop the cat. Yo, I did my homework on your ass last night. I'm just scared of number 2. Shout out Dre, man. Shout out Dre, dog. What up, big dog? Heavy. That boy Brown ready. I'm telling you now, that boy Brown ready. Dre say he only scared of number 2. Shit, you need to be scared of the whole secondary as a whole, man. Oh yeah. He talking about just being scared of Brown. Hey, you better wake up, smell the coffee, Dre. You hear me? Huh? You better be scared and aware of the whole secondary, my boy. No cap. We got everybody back in the building, even the veterans, homie. Yeah, even the real vets. Woo! Shout out my dog Dre in the building, though, man. Heavy, man. Yeah. You know, that boy Dre, wow, man. You hear me? No cap. Tennessee, man. Shout out Tennessee as well, man. Shout out Tennessee. You know what I mean, bro? You hear me? Heavy, dog. No cap. Bottom line. Man. Oh, you want to talk 09, huh? Coming real painful, huh? Hey, you remember that boy Cody, man? That boy Cody, man. That boy Cody with the big block. You hear me? Heavy. They thought it was over, man. You know? Davey OG in the building. Davey OG in the building. Morning, guys. What up, big dog? What up, my levy dog? Heavy. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Roll Tide. T-Baz tripping if he didn't know you're a Crimson fan. You know what I'm saying, Dre? What the hell he been at, main round yonder? T-Baz must just got tuned in around here, man. You ain't know that, homie. But you been missing. You just ain't paying attention, man. Yeah. Straight up. Shout out T-Bass in the building, though, bruh. Yeah, bruh. I just kind of discovered him the other day. I feel you. I feel you. Much appreciated, Bass. Much appreciated, Bass. You hear me? Heavy, man. You know what I mean? No cap. Skull Vike, Skull Tide, Roll Tide, full of pride, all day, every night. You know, all damn day. Hey, let me pop in and ask you a question, and then I'll get out of there. Just too much to type to ask you. All right, bet, T-Bass. 1 second, man. Let me drop the link. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. I'm dropping it now, man. T-Bass say you got a question. Let's see what it is, man. Early. Here we go, man. Shout out T-Bass in the building. Once again, you come in the chat, make sure you like it up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with everybody. You know, support the channel, support the grind. Boom, man. Roll Tide, full of pride, forever. Win, lose, or draw, we come to win. You hear me? Heavy. I like how you said Tennessee. Oh, yeah, you know what it is, Dre. Come on now, man. We know what's up, man. Come on now. We know what it is, Dre. Come on, man. T-Bass, what up, bro?
Hey, guy. Hey, let me ask you an interesting question. Being you're an Alabama fan, you must be a huge SEC